Hi. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on what part of the world you are in. I am Old Man 102 with the second two just for Twitch. Alright, we got mic on. Let's go to window, get y'all my desktop. Alright, I'm going to work on the fishing mod pack today. So we're going to jump into Wonder Worm first, because this is going to be actually going to be the easiest to do. I already have a HUD made for bait. Same HUD we used in FS19. So let's go to mod description first. Let me go. No. So let's go to version 1.1. Let's go to the XML. We are going to add a second production point in. So let's grab this production point and we will paste that back in. This is going to be bait. We're going to pretty much use the same recipe we did in 19. Now, after we get all the placeables updated, I'm going to have to update all the ones in the map. But we are going... Oh, let me change this up here first. So go bait there. Go bait there. Then we are going to add... I'm going to go molasses, which we haven't really used yet. I'm going to go with cornmeal, which we really haven't used yet. And we're going to throw in a little bit of cheese. So let's go 25, 25, and let's go 20. That should be good. Alright, so we have our molasses, our cornmeal, and our cheese to make bait. Now we need to add the bait into the output with the earthworms. We need to add our inputs in the trigger. So molasses, cornmeal, and cheese. We're going to need to add them into storage. And we're actually going to need 4 spaces in here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we will go molasses, cornmeal, cheese, and bait. I'll save that. So that should be, so molasses we have in 3 places. Cornmeal we have in 3 places. Cheese we have in 3 places. And bait we now have in 3 places. Alright, so that should be the XML done. Now we need to grab the new fill types. We're going to have to add in the molasses, the cornmeal, and the cheese. Let's open up, let me grab another file so I can just work on them side by side. Let's go. Alright, so where are we making, where's our first one? First one is going to be molasses. We are making molasses where? Is it the dairy? Are we... No, sugar factory, I believe. Let's go there first. Yeah, so let's grab the HUD for molasses. Let's copy that. We'll throw it in here. Then I'm going to let's grab the new fill type XML. Let's grab molasses out of here. So we can copy that over to here. So I have our molasses as an input. Now I do not need the palette because I don't need the palette for an input. So we have our molasses moved over. So now we need cornmeal and cheese. Cornmeal is probably made in the cornmeal would be the flour mill. Grain house. Let's grab the HUD for cornmeal. So let's copy that over. Let's open up the fill types. Let's find our cornmeal. We can move that over. Let's grab this one. So copy that one over to this one. Also under molasses, we will have our cornmeal. I don't need the palette, so we can get rid of that. So let's save that one. And then we need cheese, which is going to be the dairy. Let's grab, I do not need a HUD for cheese because I think we grab it. I think that one's dollar data. Let's grab this one. We'll copy this one over under cornmeal. And I don't need the palette, so we can get rid of that. And the HUD, I don't need because it's dollar data. Alright, so we have our three inputs done. So our output is going to be bait. We're going to use the same format for earthworm as we're using for bait. So if we go to the new fill type XML, if we come up to the top to earthworm, we're just going to make it bait. If I can type. And then our HUD is going to be bait. I think that's what, let me just save that. I think that's what the HUD was. Yes, alright. So that's all going to match. So now we need to add, what do we need? Molasses, cornmeal, and cheese are all pallets, so they need to go under product. So I need a new category. So let me grab, let's open this back up again. I need a new category. I'm going to grab this category and move it over here. And then let's get rid of this. So we have molasses, cornmeal, and cheese are our three new inputs, and then our new output is going to be bait and bait here. And then we can throw it in here. So that should be the Wonderworm updated. So it's now going to make earthworms and bait. So let me, that's the dairy mill, this one. I'm going to take this copy, I'm going to save it here, just make sure it's not going to throw any weird errors. Let's delete that copy. That'll be my backup just in case. Let's zip this one back up. So this will be the updated Wonderworm. Now we're going to have to update the ones built into the map, but that's going to be a project for tomorrow night or Saturday. Most likely Saturday. So let's grab my mods folder. So FS22 mods. Let's throw the updated Wonder Worm in there. And we'll replace the one in there. Alright, so next up on the list is going to be the hatchery. So let's grab the mod description. It's going to be version 1.1. Let's open up the XML. Sassy1, good afternoon. Thank you for stopping in. Alright, so we're going to grab this production line. Let's copy that down to here. And this one's going to be seafood. And this is going to be... Oh wow, it sounds like Life Flight is flying over. And then our output is going to be seafood instead of fish. We're going to leave the water, we're going to leave the diesel, and we're just going to change earthworm to bait. And we'll leave the recipe alone. So now we're going to add bait. Sassy1 just subscribed for 15 months at Tier 1. Thank you very much, much appreciated. Thank you for all the work you do for us to enjoy the game. I enjoy building more than I enjoy playing. Alright, so now we're going to add bait, water, and diesel to get seafood. So this one's going to be fairly simple. So we just need to add 2 more in storage. So we're going to add bait. And we are going to add seafood. And I forgot to build a HUD for seafood, so we're going to see if I can grab it out of FS19. Now, that takes care of the storage. Our input, we're going to have earthworms, we're going to have bait, so let's add that into the input. And in our output, we're going to have fish and seafood, so let's add that in there. So I now should have bait in 3 places, and we do. And we should have seafood in 3 places, and we do. So the hatchery should be updated, the XML part of it, but we still have to update the new fill types. So we're going to have an input of bait, which is going to be the same as the input of earthworm. So I'm just going to copy this. Actually, we can grab it out of here. Oh, that was the dairy. Let me close that. I can grab it out of here. So let's grab bait out of here. And we'll copy it over to here. And we'll add it in with the earthworm. And we'll add it into here. So that gets our bait added in. And then our output of seafood is going to be the same as fish. So we could take fish. Let's copy that. We'll paste that back in. So this is going to be seafood. If I can type today, my goodness. Seafood, and we need to get a HUD for seafood. I'll see if I have one that I can use from FS19. If not, we'll just make one really quick. So we'll just need to add, so we have fish in here already, so let's add seafood in there and here. And we might also add it into the sounds as well. Alright, so we added our seafood in, we added our bait in. We just need a HUD. Let me look at 19 and see if we can steal the same HUD. Let me go to My Games. Let's go into 19. Let's Go into HUDs from 19. Do we have a HUD for seafood? We do not. I thought we were doing seafood in FS19 in one of the hatcheries. Maybe not on the, was it on the holo map or was it in one of the placeables? Let me check one other place. Let me go into, did we have like a hatch? I thought Kusori had like a hatchery. No, let me go in, let me check one other place then. Let's pull this other folder back up. Let's go back into 19. The valley map. That's the islands map. Where is... That's Lake Valley. I don't think I ever finished that one. Ritchie Valley HUDs. Thought I could be completely wrong. We have seaweed. We don't have seafood. Alright, let's go. Next bet is going to be good old Google Images. Alright, let's jump in there. Let's go seafood icons. Let's see what we can find. I just need something fairly straightforward and simple. You know what? That may actually work. So let's, before we go there, let's come into here. Let's open up the fish HUD, and we'll cut that out. And we'll grab this guy, and we'll paste it in here. And we will do a file save as seafood. And that's got to be DXT5. So that should be good there. So let's get out. Let me close that. Alright, so we should have our HUD. So let's see. If we go back to the hatchery, mod description's updated. The XML is updated, so now we're going to add bait, water diesel to get seafood. So that XML should be updated. The fill type XML should be updated. We have our icon for seafood. We're missing the icon for bait, or the HUD for bait. Do I need both? I believe I need both. So I need the HUD for bait and the HUD for seafood. We have the HUD for seafood. We need to move the HUD for bait over from Wonderworm. So let's grab this one. Let's copy that over to the hatchery. Alright, now I think we're good. So let's take, I'm going to just save this as a backup. So let's delete that copy out. Now, well, this one should be almost ready for testing. Or should be ready for testing, I should say. So let's copy that into the mods folder. Now, fish processing. This one's going to take a little bit longer. I started building the pallets. So let me actually turn the page in my notebook. Alright, so the first pallet up is going to be clams. I built it off the catfish pallet, so let's copy that, paste it back in. And we're going to rename it, is it, yes, C-L-A-M-S. So that'll be clams. So this becomes clams, i3D becomes clams, our fill type becomes clams, and it's going to stay at 4,000 liters. So the XML for that should be done. Here's what the clams palette looks like. I was having trouble with the texture, so I just built these off camera. So this is going to be our box of clams for our output. So that palette should be done. Our next palette is shrimp. So let's copy this one, paste it back in. We will rename it our shrimp palette. So this becomes shrimp, this one, and this one. So that XML should be done. So the shrimp palette very close to the clams, but it has the shrimp in it instead. So we'll see what it looks like in game. I may not like that one. I may change that one up. And then the last one is going to be lobster. Oh crap, I made clam shrimp. I wrote clam shrimp and lobster in my book, but I made I made a crabs palette instead. So we may have to go back and make a lobster palette and then do 4 different types. Let me add something to my notebook then. Crabs. I don't know what I was thinking. I wrote lobster down but made a crabs palette. Well, a happy mistake, right? That's what Bob Ross would say. We don't have what is it? We don't make mistakes. We have happy accidents. So let's grab this guy. So let's copy that guy. We'll paste it back in. And let's rename this crabs palette. Well, it works anyway, right? So this will be crabs. Do I want to go crab or crabs? I may change. Do I want to go crab or crabs? Let's do singular or plural. We'll do crabs. And then we'll just go crabs plural. So we get to build another palette. I wonder if I grab the correct icon for the HUD. Crabs, crabs, crabs. This is what the palette looks like. We'll have to go back and check the HUD, see if I built the right HUD. So this is what our crabs look like. So we'll see what they look like in game. We might as well build the lobster palette while we're here. So let's grab, because I've been building them all off of the catfish, so let's open that one back up. So let's go File, Export. Let's go LOBSTER. Let's go Lobster Palette. So let's take care of the textures first. Let's open that up. Let's open up Catfish 1. Now I got to go back to Google Images. So I need Ice Cube textures. So let me open this one back up. So let's copy that into here. Oh, wrong one. I need to open it up. Image, edit, paste in a new image, because we got to crop it. And then we need lobster. Let's see what we get with just lobster. Let's see if I can't find something that I can use. We should be able to use this one. Might be kind of big, but let's see what we can do. Alright, so let's grab a bit of ice. And we'll go to about there. And let's make the background. We got to cut that out. We got to cut a lot of this out to make it clear. Cut that out. Try and get most of it. I don't need to get all of it. I need to get most of it out. Alright, now let's try and grab the image. So let's copy that, paste it in here. Let me move that last one back a little bit more. Let's pull that back a little bit further. That'll work. So now we copy this. And we pull that down. Now we'll copy this. And we'll pull that down. Oh, didn't want to turn it. I wanted to pull it down. And we'll do a file, save as lobster1. This one needs to be a number 1. Should be good with that. I should have a HUD I can pull over from FS19. So let's make this lobster1. Save that. Now let's see what the palette looks like. So tails are cut off, but most people play with all the factories on distribute, so I'm not going to mess with it. I'm going to leave it like it is. Alright, and let's take our catfish palette. So let's copy that. It becomes lobster. And then this guy becomes lobster. This guy. And this guy. So that's our palette fixed. And then let me look at our HUDs. Let's see if let's find, yeah, I know I have a lobster HUD from 19. So let's go back into FS19. I know I've got a lobster in here. Right there. So we'll just copy that one over to here. Oh, so I missed a crab. I put the lobster one in. No, what did I mess up? I have clams. Did I bring the shrimp over? No, I missed the shrimp. So let's copy that one over to here. Alright, so now I should have the 4 new ones. I should have clams. We have clams. We should have shrimp. We have shrimp. We should have lobster. We have a lobster. We should have crabs. We have crabs. Okay, so I have the 4 new HUDs. Throw that back on 22 before I forget. Hi, so mod description, we go to version 1.1. We have 4 new palettes to add in. So we have clams. We have shrimp. We'll do crabs and lobster. So that's going to be our palettes added into the mod description. Let's go into fish processing. So now we need another production line. So this one is going to be, our input is going to be seafood from the hatchery. So I have our seafood from the hatchery. We're going to input seafood instead of fish. We're going to keep the ice cubes, we're going to keep the crate. But now we are going to get clams. We're going to get shrimp. We're going to get crabs and lobster. I messed up on one factory already. I gotta go back and fix. Clam, shrimp, crab, lobster. We'll give it a little bit of water back out. That's fine, because we can use it. We can use the water in other factories. All right. So our input. So we're going to input fish. We're going to input seafood. We are going to. So I don't need to put them in. They come out as pallets, so I don't have to worry about adding them in as an output. But we do have to add them into storage. one, two, three, four new fill types. So we're going to have clams, shrimp, clam, shrimp, crabs, lobster. You know what? Let's fix this mess. So that's going to be our 4. So we have seafood. Oh, we have to add seafood in. So we have to store it in the factory. So we're inputting our seafood. So we have that in 3 places. Clams, we're only going to have in 2 because it's a pallet. Shrimp, crab, lobster. Let's save that. So that should be good. Now we have to add them into our new fill types. So seafood's going to be the same as fish, so we can copy this one. So we have our seafood. Our HUD is going to be seafood. So that should be done. So we have our seafood done. So now we just need to add our outputs, our 4 new outputs. So let's grab, we can copy caviar, that's fine. So we are going to have clams, our HUD becomes clams, and our palette becomes clams. Now before I forget, I need the seafood HUD in here. Well, I do. Let's go back to the hatchery. Let's grab this HUD. Let's move it into fish processing. Why can't I? Hold on, wrong one. This one. So why does that look different? Because I was in the zipped folder. Alright, so we have our seafood added in. So that is going to be our clams. Alright, next up will be shrimp. Our HUD is going to be shrimp. Our palette will be shrimp. Alright. Oh, did I not paste that? Oh crap. Alright, so let me copy this one. And then this is going to be crabs. Crabs, our HUD, and our palette will be crabs. So we did, hang on, so we did, okay, so we have, what did I mess up? We have shrimp, we have crabs, I missed clams. So you become clams. Our HUD and our palette. And one more. You become lobster. You become, and our palette. Alright. Bear with me 1 second, y'all. I need to get this sweatshirt off. Alright, sorry about that. It was rubbing up against, the cord from my headset was rubbing up against the zipper from my sweatshirt. It was driving me nuts. Alright, so we should have our 4 new fill types in here. So we have our crabs, we have our clams, we have our lobster, shrimp. So shrimp, crab, clam, lobster. Okay. So our liquid is going to be our seafood. We'll add that to here. And then our new product is going to be clams, crabs, shrimp, and lobster. So that should be our new fill type XML done. So that XML saved, that XML saved, that XML is saved. I think we're good. Let me save this one just in case. Let's delete that copy. We will zip this back up. Now I messed up on the hatchery. Let's open the hatchery back up. I want to input salt water, not water. Because that's the only reason why we made salt water, was for this factory. And I forgot to use it. So I need to add salt water there. I need to add salt water here. And I need to add salt water to our storage. There. So I should now have salt water in 3 places. I do. So let's save that. I'm going to need to add it to the new fill types for the hatchery. So let me go to, hold on. Should make this a little bit easier on myself. Let's go to storage, back to storage D. I believe that was the fertilizer station. Yeah, so let's grab the HUD. Let's move that over. I'm going to need, let's go to new fill types and let's grab salt water. And we'll move that over to the hatchery. And then we need to add it to liquid. And I think it's all in, then we need to add it down. We can add it down here as well to the sound. Alright, so I don't need to do anything with the mod description for the hatchery, no, because it's a liquid. So we now have our salt water added in, and we have our fill type added in for salt water. So we should be good there. So let me take this, let's delete that one. We'll zip this back up. And then we'll throw this copy in the mods folder. I think these three factories are, nope, not quite. Oh, now we have a nightmare of storage. So now we need to update the sell point, and now we need to update storage. So it just becomes a big snowball effect. Alright, so let's start with, let's go to the warehouse mod pack, the liquid warehouse. Did I already add salt water to the liquid warehouse? I think I did. Yes, so salt water's already being taken care of. Where are we? Let me close some of the stuff I have open. Hold on, just bear with me a second. I'm just going to start with, let me just back up a second. Let me come down here a minute. I'm going to open up, so we started with Wonder Worm, so let me open that one up. Then we went to the hatchery. Let me open that one up. I just want to make sure we capture all the new stuff. And then let me open up fish processing. So let's start with Wonder Worm. Alright, so we need molasses we're already storing, cornmeal and cheese we're already storing because they were existing products. We need to store bait, which is the same as earthworm. So where are we storing earthworm? Let me go to external mods. Let me go to the warehouse mod pack. Are we storing earthworms anywhere? Is it in here? It is. We're storing fish there as well. Oh, this is already released. Yes, let me go to the mod description. Let's make this version 1.1. So let's open up this guy. We are storing earthworms in here. We're storing fish in here. So we need to add bait into here. So this becomes bait. That becomes bait. And then we need to add, doesn't matter where we add it, we'll add it into here. Oh, not bacon. Bait. And then we have to add it to here. And we have to add it down here. And now I'm going to need the HUD for bait. I'll leave this one open. Let's go over here. So let's go to Fishing Mod Pack. Let's go to Wonder Worm. Let's grab bait. Let's copy that over to here. And then I'm going to need to update the new fill types. So we have to add bait into here. So let me just grab it from here. Which makes it easier. Let's copy that over to here. So we'll save that, and I'm going to need to add it into liquid because it's the same as earthworm. So let's go back to the hatchery. So the hatchery, I'm sorry, Wonder Worm. So the Wonder Worm, the only new product we had is bait. Bear with me a second. I need to update my notebook or I'm not going to remember what to send to Dixie. So what did we work on today? Wonder Worm. We worked on the hatchery, fish processing, and now we're working on the animal products warehouse. Alright. So that should be everything added into storage for the only new product we added to the earthworm factory. Alright, so the next up is going to be the hatchery. So our new products are seafood, which is going to go into here as well. Because we have fish in here, yes, we have to add seafood into here as well. Now I have to update all of this in the 16x map as well. That'll be Saturday's project. There's no mandatory overtime on Saturday. I am not going in for voluntary this Saturday. It's been a long week. And then we have to add seafood into here. Add it into here. And we have to add it into here. And we have to add it into storage. And now let's just straighten this up as we go. Alright, let's save that. So now we need our HUD for seafood, so we got to get that moved over. So now we moved on to the hatchery. So let's copy that HUD over. And let me open up this new fill type. So we're going to have to move seafood over to animal products warehouse under bait. And then we need to add it to here. So we have, let's go back to the hatchery. So we have seafood in. Bait we just fixed. This is the new fill type for the, okay, that one I need to keep. Okay, Wonder Worm I can close. go back to the hatchery. So seafood is done. Bait is already in there. It is. Saltwater, we're going to have to add to the liquid storage. So let me grab my notebook again. So we're going to have to open up the liquid warehouse and add saltwater to it. So that should be, well, we're going to end up coming back to the animal one, but let's jump off of that one for a second. And let's go to the liquid warehouse. So mod description, this becomes 1.4. Liquid warehouse, we have to add salt water. Did I ever? No, I already added salt water in here because that was on our other factory. I don't need to update this. Salt water's already in here. I completely forgot. I already took care of that. So I can roll this back to 1.3. Alright, so that I don't need to mess with that. Let me get that off my list. Alright, so if we look at the hatchery, so seafood's taken care of, bait's taken care of, saltwater's taken care of. So that should be all of our new fill types from there. Fish processing, seafood's already taken care of. So now we need to add clams, shrimp, crab, and lobster in to the animal products warehouse. So let's grab those HUDs first. So let's go back to animal products warehouse. Let's open up the fish processing. So let's grab clams, crab, lobster, and shrimp. Let's copy those over to here. And then we're going to need, let's open up new fill types since we're there. But let's go back to Animal Products Warehouse first. We'll work off of this one. Let's just go 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll just add them all in. Alright, so we have clams, and we have, did I make it singular or plural? Is it clam or is it crab or crabs? Okay, crabs plural. So the next one is going to be crabs. And we're going to have shrimp. And lobster. Alright, now we need to add them into here. So we have clams, crabs, shrimp, and lobster. Let me just copy these. So I need to throw it into here, into there, and then into there. And we need 4 more down here. So we have our clams, our crabs, our shrimp, lobster. Alright, so that should be no, mod description. Let's go back into here. Mod description, because I have to add the palettes in here as well. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4 new palettes. So we have clams, crabs, shrimp, lobster. And then we need the new fill types for the animal products warehouse. Let's open up the new fill types for here. So let's grab lobster, clams, let's grab our 4 new fill types from here. Let's move them into here. No, that's the hatchery. This is the animal products warehouse. They need to go into here. And then we're adding in clams, crabs, shrimp, lobster. Save that. This is fish processing. Let me close that one. This one is the hatchery. Let me close that one. Alright, so we have our mod description saved for the animal products warehouse. I have that XML saved. I have this XML saved. So I think the animal products warehouse is ready to be, we could test the update on that one. So let's grab that just in case. Zip this one back up. Copy that one into my mods folder. And then the last thing we need to update is the sell point. Now the new sell point wasn't released. I just gave Dixie version 1.22. I don't think 1.22 is released yet, so I'm going to leave that alone. We are going to add, we're not going to sell bait, so we don't need to put it in there. We're not going to sell the seafood, so I only need the 4 new products in there: the clams, the shrimp, the crab, and the lobster. That's all we need to add into here. And it's going to go into this category. So clams, crabs, shrimp, lobster. And then we're going to go down to here. Now we're going to use these in other products. So I'm going to go with the lower price. So So we're going to go clams, crabs, shrimp, lobster. Save that. Alright, so that should be our sell point updated. So I'm going to I don't need that. I don't need this. Let me save it just in case something goes horribly wrong. I have a backup anyway. So let's delete that copy. And now let's zip this one back up. We'll copy this one into my mods folder. And let me just make a couple more notes for. So Wonder Room's been updated, Hatchery's been updated, Fish Processing's been updated, Animal Products Warehouse has been updated, Sell Point has been updated. So I just keep a running list for myself so I know what to send Dixie tonight. I think we may be good for testing this new crap that we just built. So let's jump into FS22. Now, this is the first time I've been in my test map since the update, so we're going to get a bunch of stuttering and low FPS, but then once it caches in, we should be fine. So let's go back to my save game 20, which is my test map. Better Contracts mod is broken since the update. So it won't even load into the game. Oh, what did I miss? What did I miss? Animal Products Warehouse, fill type crab, lobster, shrimp, and clams is not supported. Output fill type. Okay, so let's look to see what I messed up. Let's get out of here. Let's look at that error one more time. So we'll go back and look at that error. Or it's actually a warning. So output fill type, what is missing on the Animal Products Warehouse? Animal Products Warehouse. Animal Products Warehouse XML is not supported by loading station or pallet spawner. Why? So let's see, we have, is it every new one? One, crab loss and seafood and bait is not supported. Bait, seafood, all 5 of the new ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's really weird. So all 5 of the new ones. Seafood, clam, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, what? Crabs, clams, shrimp, lobster. seafood bait, clam, crabs, lobster, shrimp, seafood bait is not supported by loading station. I don't have a loading station. Okay, so I have to add I think I know what I did wrong. I have to add the bait and seafood are liquid. They're an invisible liquid. That's the only way I can get them to work in the game. So I need to add these two to here. So I need to add the seafood in here, and I need to add the bait into here. And then I missed, no, I have it down here. That's storage. Did I mess these up? Did I not put these in as pallets? No, these are listed as pallets. So why is it not supported? Did I forget to put them in the mod description? No, we have our pallets in the mod description. Our trout, I'm sorry, our clam, our crab, our shrimp, and our lobster. So we have our pallets added in. So I have it as a production chain. I have it as an input. I have it in storage. The pallet spawner should pick it up because it's a pallet. So my lobster, do I have it listed down here? I do. So my lobster, my shrimp, my crab, and my clam, I should not lead in the loading station because they're pallets. Let's see if that, by moving those other two products, let's see if that fixed that really quick. So let's go back to Warehouse Mod Pack, Animal Products Warehouse. Let's delete this copy. Zip this back up. So let's copy that, just dump it back into the mods folder. Let's see if we at least fixed 2 of the 4 errors. Or 2 of the 6 errors. All right, save game 20. Let's throw this on. And let's see if we get those same warnings. Yes, it's not picking up my pallets. Why is it not picking up my pallets? So it's not reading those pallets for some reason. I forgot to put the pallets in the mod. I know where I messed up. Control-Alt-Delete. Let's just close that. I know. I forgot to actually put the pallets in the mod. So pallets. Let's open that up. Let's go to external mods, fishing mod pack, fish processing. Let's grab our new pallets. So we need the clams pallet. Let me get that off my screen. Okay, so file, export selection with files. We're going to go to the warehouse mod pack, animal products warehouse pallets. This becomes clams palette. Ooh, let's try that again. So you become the clams palette. And then I need the clams XML moved over to here. So that takes care of that one. Let's grab the crabs palette. File, export. So crabs palette. And I need that XML. I knew things were going too easy. We need the shrimp palette. Did I spell that correctly? Felt like I fat fingered something. Nope, we're good. Let's copy that one over. And then we need the lobster palette. That will definitely help. Let's copy that over. Alright, now we should be good. So let's delete that one. Did I add the Hudson? I did. That'll be the next error it throws. So let's copy that. Throw it in a mods folder. Alright, now we should be good to test. Back to save game 20. Should load now without all those errors with my missing palettes. Alright, cool. Those two are mods. Not my mods, those are my vehicle mods. Let's grab a little bit of speed. So our new animal products warehouse, let's find it. Produce, pantry, animal products. This should now have our 4 new pallets. This one should now have our clams, our crabs, our shrimp, and our lobster. So let's go storing. These should all be set to storing. Bait and seafood. So those are our 5 new products to store. Do I not have any of these activated? I don't. Oh my goodness. Old man is slacking. Now, this is going to be a pain in the butt to test because I don't have all the factories down to even make bait in the Wonder Worm. So we're going to be putting a bunch of factories down just so we can test today. Alright, so that's going to be, so we know the animal products warehouse should be good. So let's come over here, let's throw down Wonder Worm is going to be our first factory. I know I don't have it. Let me just make sure I don't have it on. I don't think I have any of the fishing product on here. Let me just double check. Yeah, so Wonder Worm's not on here. None of my fishing's on here. So let's throw down construction, spin the camera around. Production, let's grab Wonder Worm. And we'll throw that. Oh, it's nice and small. Cool. Let's throw that here. So now we're going to be making, so we're earthworms and bait. We'll just activate both of these. I'm not worried about earthworms because we're only going to test the new seafood. So now we need to make bait. So we need molasses, cornmeal, and cheese, which I don't have on this map. So we're going to have to throw those 3 factories down and get them running. I don't think I have those on here. That would have been the dairy. Let's just take a peek at this again. Let me get myself turned back around. So I need molasses, which is sugar factory, flour factory, and dairy factory. I don't think I have any of these running on this map. No, so we're going to have to get those running. I knew this test was going to be a pain in my butt, but it is what it is. Alright, so we need construction, production. We need to get the dairy down. It's small, it can go there. We need to get the flour mill down. Grain house. Let's throw that down, and we need the sugar mill down. Sugar house. Yeah, there's plenty of room. We could throw that here. So dairy. The only thing I'm worried about is getting cheese made. So I'm only gonna. So let's activate. Which one's making cheese? That one is. Let's activate that. What are we gonna need? We're gonna need milk, salt, coal. We should get boxes. So the cheese I want to send, I want to change to distribute. That's the only one I'm worried about making is cheese. So salt, milk, boxes. We should be making boxes. I think I have a mill on here running. Why am I not making boxes? What am I missing for boxes? Wood chips. So we're going to have to throw some wood chips in the mill. Let's grab some wood chips first then. I knew this was going to be a pain in the butt to test because I haven't had time to come in here and fix all of my factories. On the test map. So if you're new to the channel, we cheat everything in for testing just to make it a little bit quicker. Alright, so do I have everything in here I need now to make paper? Sorry, to make boxes with. Yes, because we're starting to make boxes. So how much coal do I have in here? I've got enough coal in here. Alright, so we have boxes being made. So let's empty this. Let's throw salt in here. So I know I'm going to need salt. And let's run salt over to the dairy. And we'll grab our tanker. We'll throw milk in the dairy. I was driving over to the hatchery instead, or the Wonder Worm instead. Why are you not taking salt? Don't I need salt for cheese? Where's my little doohickey? Why are you not taking salt? Or am I on the output? That may be. Oh, I'm on the output. That's why. It's like I never played Farm Sim before. I need to get on the short bus. We need coal. And we'll grab our tanker. We'll throw some milk in there. So he can sit there a minute. This guy. Let's throw some milk in this guy. Alright, let's go find the dairy. Let's find the right trigger in the dairy this time, old man. Look, I went to do it again. Oh, we used to make fun of the short bus all the time. The poor window lickers. Alright, so we should have everything we need except for boxes. Boxes will come over at the top of the hour when we forward time. So I'm only worried about cheese. So I'm only missing boxes, which will come over when we forward time. Alright, so I need... you're the grain mill. So I'm only worried about cornmeal. So let's activate that. Change that to distributing. What do I need for corn? I need corn. Pallets should come over. We're going to have to put diesel in. Diesel and corn. So let's empty. Let's throw diesel in here now. See if I can find the trigger. Throw some diesel in here. And we'll grab our tipper. We will need corn this time. I'm only worried about cornmeal. And I think pallets was the other one that I was missing. Come on, where's the little doohickey? Or back here, hiding. So I think it needs pallets. So we're missing. Is it getting pallets? Let's go back to Mammoth Mill. Oh crap, carpentry mill. I don't know if I have a carpentry mill on here running. I don't think I have a carpentry mill, do I? I do. So pallets. Let's change to distribute. What are you missing for pallets? You're missing planks. So back to Mammoth Mill. Planks. Okay, so we should get planks at the top of the hour. Let me just make sure I've got everything set properly on the carpentry mill. So we need pallets, planks. Pallets are set to distribute. We should be good. So we should get pallets at the top of the hour. What's the last one we need? Grain, sugar mill. We need molasses. Is it hiding back in here? It's hiding over here. Alright, so I'm only worried about molasses. Okay, so we got to make at least sugar from one of these. So we'll have to throw some, let's change this to distributing. Oh, let's activate that. Let's throw sugar beet in and diesel in. The boxes should come over at the top of the hour. So sugar beet and diesel. So we have diesel in here, so let's drop this over here. We'll get diesel. Get this guy out of the way. And then we need sugar beet. So let's empty the corn, throw sugar beet in there. All this just to update the fish, or for our four new products for fishing. Alright, so that should get us everything I need now for bait. So we should have molasses we're going to make, cornmeal we're going to make, cheese we're going to make. So that should be everything we need to make bait with. So Wonder Worm should be good. Let me just make sure I had it on distribute. No, I want to manually move the bait over to test the trigger. So I'm going to leave that on storing. Alright, so the next factory is going to be, I guess got a little bit of room over here. Let's throw down, so construction, production is going to be the hatchery. Let's throw it here. Alright, so the hatchery, I'm only about seafood, so let's activate that. Let's leave it on storing because I want to manually move it over to test the trigger. So let's dump in, so bait should come over. So let's dump in salt water and diesel. Diesel's already in here, so we can just dump that in. If I don't drive right by the factory. So diesel in. And then I'm going to add salt water in here. If I didn't mess up the fill type in the XML. Salt water right there. Alright, so that should be the hatchery ready to go. And as I walk in circles. Alright, so you are activated. You are set to store. Bait should come over. We just added these two. And I want to leave it on storing because I want to manually move it over. Alright, so the last one we need to test. And do I have room here to stick it? Hoping we can squeeze it in here. Let's try and throw the fish processing plant down. You know what? Can I spin it this way? Just to save a little bit of room. Oh, you're going to be a pain in my butt. That'll work. Alright. Fish processing. So I'm only worried about, let's see, fish processing. Why does fish processing not have the new products in it? Did I forget to put it in my mods folder? Why did we not get the new products in fish processing? Did I forget to update it? Fish processing, yes, that's the old version. I forgot to put the new one in my mods folder. So let's go to fishing mod pack, fish processing. Let's copy that, paste it in here. Now we have the new one in the mods folder. I really hope I saved before I exited. When I'm testing, I have a really bad habit of exiting out without saving. That would have sucked. So I just have to go in and redo everything I just did. Alright, no new errors. Let's throw our speed back on. Alright. So back to... Oh, did I really... Oh, no, we didn't. Alright, I did save. So let's jump back in here. So now we should have the new products in here. There we go, seafood. So we're going to have to get the ice cube factory down. I don't have the ice cube factory running, so we're going to have to get that running. So seafood should come over from the hatchery. No, we're going to manually move it over. We have to get ice cubes going, and are we making crates? Crates are made in the carpentry mill. It's activated, it's set to distribute. We're missing planks, but we should get them at the top of the hour. Alright, ice house, we have to get down and running. I think I can squeeze it in here, it's pretty small. Construction. Yeah, I should be able to squeeze it in here. Production. We need ice cubes. Yeah, we can drop that puppy right in here. Alright. So ice cubes, let's activate it. Let's change it to distribute. Let's throw some water and diesel in there. Sacks are coming from Mammoth Mill. Yes. Are we making sacks? We are making sacks. So that one's going to be easy, and it's set to distribute already. So I just need water and diesel. Uh, since diesel came up first, let's throw the diesel in there. And then we'll throw some water in. If we keep testing all the new factories, eventually I'll have every factory on here. Alright, so we should be good now. Let's go back and look at the new fish processing plant. Or the updated fish processing plant. Alright, so I'm not concerned with fish because we know that works. We're only going to test the new seafood. So trout, we need to go distribute. Catfish, I'll just change them all to distribute, just so nothing spawns out on the pallet spawner. Distribute, no, storing, sorry. So I want to manually move these. Storing, storing, storing. Storing, storing, shrimp. So I want to manually spawn these out. Storing. Alright, so we should be good. We should get all three of these products should come over at the top of the hour. So let us at least roll to the top of the hour and see what we have. Let me go back down to 1 speed a minute. Alright, so let's back it up. So let's go back all the way to our first factory in the process. So we are... Why did... Okay, so nothing came over here yet. So are we making molasses, cornmeal, and cheese? Did these factories already go? So the dairy... Okay, so we are making cheese. So we're going to have to run 1 more hour. So we're making cheese. We are... What am I missing for cornmeal? Missing pallets. Why are we missing pallets? Carpentry mill. Okay, so they just didn't distribute over. So we're gonna have to go 1 more hour. And then you should be making molasses, and you are. Alright, so let's go 1 more hour. Let's go back to the earthworm factory if I don't get stuck. So let's roll another hour. We may have to roll like 2 more hours, but we'll roll 1 more hour and check on things. So are you getting stuff to make bait with? So you are finally... No, you're still missing what? What are you missing for bait? You're still missing cornmeal. So why are you not getting cornmeal? Is it this one? It is. Why are you not getting cornmeal? Okay, well, you're just started making cornmeal. Alright, so it should come over the next hour. Let's roll another hour. So now we should be making bait. We're just, okay, so now we're making bait. Perfect. So let's go to, so we're going to have to manually move it over. You know what? Let's sleep the night. So as long as we're making bait, let's sleep the night. And we should have a ton of bait in the morning. So let's go 8 a.m. Let's go 9 a.m. So I want to manually move the bait over to the hatchery to make sure the trigger works. So so this guy is empty. So let's go find, mixed in with this mess somewhere is our earthworm factory. So I should have start filling bait. Perfect. Let's move that over to the hatchery. Get off here so I can get to the gizmo. Alright, so now that we brought bait over, we have everything in here, so it's going to start making seafood, which is perfect. So let's roll another hour. You know what? Let's roll 2 hours. I want to take enough over to make a bunch of, so we have enough for the next factory. So let's grab this guy. Let's move the seafood over. Where's my fill trigger? There we go. So I want seafood. That goes over to the fish processing. Let's get this guy out of my way. So now this should break it down into our 4 new products, if I'm not missing anything. Oh, I didn't activate it. Alright, so our seafood's now going to go... I didn't activate it, so we didn't get ice cubes and we didn't get crates. Crap. Alright, so let's go. That's fine. So now let's change this to distributing really quick. Let's go back to here. Nope, you're the cement factory. Where's my little factory hiding over here? Over here. So let's change you now to distribute. And let's change, now that we know it works, let's change this one to distribute. Seafood now we can distribute. Alright, now let's roll another hour and see if we get ice cubes over here and crates. We got crates. Why did we not get ice cubes? Why are we not making ice cubes? Did I forget to activate this one? No, we're missing materials. What are we missing for ice cubes? Sacks. I thought we had sacks being made. What are we missing for sacks? We're missing plastic. Refinery. Why are we not making plastic? It's set to store. Old man, I'm gonna whack you. You need a whack in the, you need to a Gibbs back of the head slap. So let's go another hour. So this hour should push plastic to the mill. This hour should push. Now we should be making sacks. The next hour we should be making ice. And then the next, okay, now we have Ice Cube coming over. Perfect. Now we've got our new products being made. Finally. I want to make sure I have enough to spawn 2 pallets of each out. Let's go back down to 1 speed. Now we should be able to spawn out. Finally. Alright, so clams. Let's go with 2 pallets. Why did they not? Oh, they did. Shrimp, let's go with 2 pallets. Crabs, let's go with 2 pallets. And lobster, let's go with 2 pallets. Is it L for light? No. Is it F for flashlight? There we go. So those are our clams. They look like clams. Does it tell me it's a clam pallet? It does. That is our shrimp. Does it tell me it's a shrimp pallet? It does. That's our crab pallet. There's our lobster pallet. Perfect. So we have our new pallets. Let's go grab the auto load truck. And let's change it to Euro pallets, which is Y. Alright, so R. So the new pallets are going to work on the auto load. That is awesome. Do the tension belts work? The tension belts work. That's even another bonus. Let's test the animal products warehouse. Perfect. They're going in. Let's make sure we can spawn them back out. Alright, so let's grab our clams, our crab, our shrimp, and our lobster. Now we will use these in other factories. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, perfect. Let's check the sell point. I know it's a bit dark in game. I do apologize. I didn't think it would be dark in game at like 1650, but it is November. Let's check the sell point. If I can remember where the sell point is. Even if do I even have the sell point on this map? We do. Perfect. Let's make sure this product sells. And it does. So we know all of our pallets are working. 24,000, that's not bad. I mean, it's not great, but it's not bad because we'll be using these in other factories to make even more money with. Alright, so let's save this. We know everything is working. Let's get out of here. I'm going to check the log, make sure we didn't pick up any more errors. Couple warnings on the autoload trailer. I know the autoload trailer's due for an update because it's still throwing that Lua error. But nothing, no errors with any of the updates we made. So I've been on for about 2 hours. I am going to throw you all on ending soon. I'm going to get out of here, grab some dinner, relax a little bit. I do have work tomorrow, and then I'm off Saturday and Sunday. I'm caught up on YouTube stuff. Saturday afternoon, we're going to update the Angel Mountain map because we have to update the refinery. We have to update the sell points because the refinery needs to make charcoal and glue. We have to update the sell points to add charcoal and glue. And then we have to update the Wonder Room, the hatchery, and fish processing. And then we're going to have to update the sell point for the clams, the crabs, the lobster, and the shrimp. So we'll work on that on Saturday. But I appreciate everybody stopping in. Sassy1, thanks for the new sub. Let's done today. Enjoy your evening and catch another time. Thank you very much. Catch y'all on Saturday, I hope. Have a great night.